Plotting of points in graphs. In this lesson, you will learn about plotting of points for different kinds of situations in graphs. We have already learned about graph and the Cartesian coordinate system. Let's revise it quickly. The line x dash OX is called the x-axis, and line y dash OY is called the y-axis. The point O intersection of x-axis and y-axis is called the origin. It divides the plane into 4 quadrants. The x-coordinate is the number on the horizontal axis, written first, also called as abscissa, and then the y-coordinate, the number on the vertical axis, written second, also called as ordinate. Now we will see how to plot the point on a graph with few examples. Plot the point 4, 5 on a graph sheet. Solution. Draw x dash OX and y dash OY and let them cut at the origin at O. Mark the numbers on axis such that x dash O and OY dash have negative numbers. OX and OY have positive numbers. The given point is P, 4, 5. Here the x-coordinate of P is 4, so it lies on OX, and the y-coordinate of P is 5, so it lies on OY. The region between OX and OY contains all positive points. Hence the point P, 4, 5 lies in the first quadrant. To plot, start at the origin O, 0, 0. Move 4 units to the right along the x-axis. Then, turn and move 5 units up, parallel to y-axis. You will reach the point P, 4, 5. We can see that the point lies 4 units away from x-axis and 5 units away from y-axis. Here 4 is called the abscissa and 5 is called the ordinate. Similarly, plot some more points A, 3, 4, B, -5, 6, C, -5, -4, D, 3, -5, and find out in which quadrant do they lie. 1. To plot the point A, 3, 4, the x-coordinate of A is 3 and the y-coordinate of A is 4. Both are positive, hence the point A, 3, 5 lies in the first quadrant. Now start at the origin. Move 3 units to the right along the x-axis. Then turn up and move 4 units up parallel to y-axis and mark the point A, 3, 4. Hence, plotted. 2. To plot the point B, -5, 6. Here, the x-coordinate of B is -5, which is negative, so it lies on x dash O, and the y-coordinate of B is 6, which is positive, so it lies on OY. Hence the point B, -5, 6, lies in the quadrant 2 region between x dash O and OY. So start at the origin, move 5 units to the left along the x-axis, then turn and move 6 units up parallel to y-axis and mark the point B, -5, 6. 3. To plot the point C, -5, -4. Here the x-coordinate of C is -5, so it lies on x dash O, and the y-coordinate of C is -4, so it lies on OY dash. Here both are negative, hence the point C minus 5, minus 4 lies in the quadrant 3 region between x-O and OY-. Now start at the origin, move 5 units to the left along the x-axis. Then turn and move 4 units down parallel to y-axis and mark the point C minus 5, minus 4. 4. To plot the point D, 3, minus 5, here the x-coordinate of the point D is 3, which is positive, so it lies on OX, and the y-coordinate of D is minus 5, which is negative, so it lies on OY-. Hence, the point D, 3, minus 5 lies in the quadrant 4 region between OX and OY-. Now start at the origin, move 3 units to the right along the x-axis. Then turn and move 5 units down parallel to y-axis and mark the point D, 3, minus 5. Now let's join two given points with a straight line with some examples. Draw the line joining the following points. 1. A, 3, 2 and B, 6, 7. 2. P, minus 2, 5 and Q, 3, minus 7. Solution. 1. To draw the line joining the points A, 3, 2 and B, 6, 7. First, plot the point 3, 2 and denote it by A. Next, plot the point 6, 7 and denote it by B. Then join the points A and B using a ruler, such that the line passes to both points. Thus, line AB is the required line. 2. Draw the line joining the points P, minus 2, 5 and Q, 3, minus 7. First, plot the point minus 2, 5 and denote it by P. Next, plot the point 3, minus 7 and denote it by Q. Then, join the points P and Q using ruler. Thus, PQ is the required line. Now we will see how to draw straight parallel line to axis with an example. 1. Draw the graph of x is equal to 2. 2. Draw the graph of y is equal to minus 4. 3. Draw graph of x is equal to 0. 1. The equation x is equal to 2 means whatever may be y coordinate, x coordinate is always 2. Thus, we have table with different values of x and y. Let's plot it. Plot the first point as A, 2, 2, and other as B, 2, minus 4. Now join these points and extend this line on both sides. Thus we obtain a line parallel to the y-axis, and this line is also called the graph of x is equal to 2. 2. The equation y is equal to minus 4 means whatever may be the x-coordinate, the y-coordinate is always minus 4. Thus, we have table for different values of x and y. Plot these points as A, minus 3, minus 4 and B, 4, minus 4. Then join these points A and B and extend this line on both sides to obtain a line parallel to x-axis. And this line is also called the graph of y is equal to minus 4. 3. The equation x is equal to 0 means whatever may be the y-coordinate, x-coordinate is always 0. Thus, we have a table for different values of x and y. Plot these points as a, 0, 2 and b, 0, -2. Join the points A and B and extend this line to obtain the graph of x is equal to 0. Now we will learn to find area of plane figures using graphs. Plane figures like square, rectangle, parallelogram, trapezium and triangle drawn in a graph sheet can be determined by actual counting of unit squares in the graph sheet. Example: plot the points A 5, 3, B -3, 3, C -3, -4, D 5, -4 and find the area of ABCD enclosed by the figure. Solution: draw the x-axis and y-axis with a suitable scale. Plot the points A 5, 3, B -3, 3, C -3, -4, D 5, -4. Join the points A and B, B and C, C and D, and D and A. So we get a closed figure ABCD. Clearly, it is a rectangle. Count the number of units of squares enclosed between the four sides. We can see that there are altogether 56 unit squares. Hence, the area of the rectangle ABCD is 56 centimeters square. Next, plot the points A 2, 8, B -3, 3, C 2, 3 and find the area of the region enclosed by the figure ABC. Solution: draw the x-axis and y-axis with a suitable scale. Then plot the points A 2, 8, B -3, 3, C 2, 3. Now join the points A and B, B and C and A. Hence we get a closed figure ABC. Clearly, it is a triangle. So count the number of full squares and half squares lying in closed region. We see there are 10 full unit squares and 5 half unit squares. Hence the area of a triangle is 10 plus 5 by 2 equal to 10 plus 2.5, which is equal to 12.5 centimeters square. Plot the point on a graph 1, A 2, 3, 2, D 5, -8. Here the x-coordinate of the point A is 2, which is positive, and the y-coordinate of A is 3, which is also positive. Hence the point A, 2, 3 lies in the quadrant 1. Start at the origin, move 2 units to the right along the x-axis. Then turn and move 3 units up, parallel to y-axis, and mark the point A, 2, 3. 2. D 5, -8. Here the x-coordinate of the point D is 5, which is positive, and the y-coordinate of D is -8, which is negative. Hence the point D, 5 -8, lies in the quadrant 4. So, start at the origin, move 5 units to the right along the x-axis. Then turn and move 8 units down, parallel to y-axis, and mark the point D, 5, -8. Plot these points and draw a line through the points -3, 4, -7, -2. To draw the line joining the points A, -3, 4 and B, -7, -2, first plot the point -3, 4 and denote it by A. Next, plot the point -7, -2 and denote it by B. Then join the points A and B. Thus, AB is the required line. Plot the following points and find out the area of enclosed figures. A, 3, 3. B, -3, 3. C, -3, -3. D, 3, -3. Draw the x-axis and y-axis with a suitable scale. Plot the points A, 3, 3. B, -3, 3. C, -3, -3. D, 3, -3. Join the points A and B, B and C, C and D, and D and A. So we get a closed figure ABCD. Clearly, it is a square. So count the number of unit squares enclosed between the four sides. Here there are together 36 unit squares. Hence, the area of the square ABCD is 36 centimeters square. Let us revise all that we have learned in this module. Plotting of points in graphs.